What if I told you that one ancient oil could reduce your anxiety, bring back your period, and make your eyelashes grow, all for about 20 bucks? Sounds too good to be true, right? I'm talking about castor oil, and the reason it's been used for thousands of years isn't folklore. It's because it behaves differently in the body than almost any other oil. This thick golden liquid shows up in medical texts dating back to ancient Egypt for uses ranging from liver support and wound healing to simple lamp oil. Thanks to modern science, we now know exactly what it is that makes castor oil so special. It's made up of about 90% ricinoleic acid, a unique fatty acid that's basically a triple threat. It's anti-inflammatory, fights harmful bacteria, and relieves pain. Now, if the root of that word, ricin, sounds familiar to you and you're a Breaking Bad fan, you might recognize it as the poison that Walter White made in the show. And you're totally right. Ricin is made from castor beans, but the manufacturing process for castor oil completely removes all the ricin. So no, poisoning your enemies is not one of the many uses of castor oil we'll be covering today, but it is a shining example of how there's a light and a shadow side to everything in life. Pretty cool to ponder, right? So stay with me now, because by the end of this video, you'll understand the how and the why behind all of its uses, and even who shouldn't use it. Before we dive in, let me tell you why it works so well. In Ayurveda, which is essentially the mother science of yoga, castor oil is considered one of the most powerful healing oils. Ayurvedic practitioners have been prescribing it both internally and externally for thousands of years. It's used to balance vata dosha. That's the energy in your body responsible for movement, circulation, and nervous system function. Vata has the qualities of being cold, dry, and rough. When vata is out of balance, you experience dryness everywhere, which shows up in your body as constipation, joint pain, anxiety, dry skin, brittle hair, and irregular periods. Castor oil addresses all of these issues because it's deeply moisturizing, warming, and helps move things that are stuck, whether that's stuck digestion, stuck circulation, or even stuck emotions. All right, now let's break down all the different things this oil can actually do, and I'm going to give you the real research behind it, not just the hype. But before we get started, I want to hear from you. Have you ever tried castor oil? Drop a comment below and tell me what you used it for and whether or not it worked. Okay, the first use we're talking about today is gut health. Castor oil has been FDA approved as a laxative since forever, but here's what's actually happening when you take it internally. Research from 2021 showed that castor oil can increase the beneficial bacteria in your gut while kicking out the harmful ones. It's basically like a bouncer for your microbiome. But here's where it gets even better. Castor oil doesn't just help move things through your digestive tract. Because of its wound healing and barrier protective properties, it may actually help repair your gut lining. When you've got leaky gut or inflammation in your intestinal wall, its anti-inflammatory effects can support the healing of that damaged tissue while you're addressing the root causes. You see, when your gut bacteria are balanced and your gut lining is healthy, your inflammation drops, your nutrient absorption improves, and suddenly your skin starts glowing and your hair gets exactly what it needs to thrive. Everything, and I mean everything, from skin issues to thinning hair to brain fog to chronic diseases and autoimmune issues, they all come back to gut health. Now, if you can't stomach the taste or texture of liquid castor oil, good news. You can get it in pill form. Same benefits, none of the ick factor. Just make sure you're getting organic, cold-pressed, food-grade castor oil, whether you go liquid or capsule. But here's the catch. You don't want to go overboard. We're talking 1 teaspoon of liquid or the equivalent in capsules once or twice a week. More is not necessarily better. Now, use number 2 is one you might find surprising, and that's anxiety relief. A 2024 study from NIH found that ricinoleic acid has anxiety-reducing effects. They tested it on mice and found that when applied topically, castor oil produced calming effects similar to anti-anxiety medications. Researchers believe this works because when absorbed through the skin, ricinoleic acid may interact with certain receptors in your nervous system. Now, they specifically noted topical applications, so this would be things like castor oil packs, using it for massage, or even using it on your face as a moisturizer. This also makes total sense from an Ayurvedic perspective. When vata is out of balance, you get anxiety and a scattered mind. Castor oil's warming, grounding properties help calm that excess vata. Okay, now use number 3 is skincare, which we've all heard about forever. But get this. Some people have been calling castor oil nature's Botox, and honestly, they're not wrong. Why do people use Botox? To smooth out fine lines and wrinkles, right? Well, castor oil works differently, but gives you similar results. Instead of paralyzing your facial muscles like Botox does, castor oil deeply hydrates your skin and stimulates collagen production through improved circulation. When your skin is properly supported, hydrated, and plump, those fine lines and wrinkles naturally fill in from beneath. It's like putting air back into a deflated balloon. In addition to that, a 2023 clinical trial found that castor oil cream significantly reduced dark circles under the eyes. The researchers tracked melanin levels and found real, measurable improvements. That's actual science, folks, not just influencer marketing. But here's where it gets really good. Castor oil creates a barrier that locks in hydration. It's loaded with fatty acids that strengthen your skin's defense system against the outside world. Plus, it has natural antibacterial properties. One 2024 review confirmed that it can fight off the bacteria that cause staph infections and yeast overgrowth. So if you're dealing with acne, this oil might actually be your new best friend. Now, the easiest and least messy way to use it on your face is with a roll-on applicator. Roll it straight onto your face every night before bed. You can either buy roll-on castor oil or you can get empty rollerball bottles and fill them yourself. For extra benefits, after you apply it, sit and do a few minutes of facial massage with a gua sha tool, a face roller, or even just your hands. This does 2 things. 1, it helps the oil penetrate deeper into your skin, and 2, it stimulates lymphatic drainage on your face. That combination of castor oil plus facial massage increases blood circulation, reduces puffiness and inflammation, helps drain toxins through your lymphatic system, tones your facial muscles, and thus gives you an incredible glow. And here's a nice little bonus you'll see when you start using castor oil as your new evening moisturizer. After a few months, you'll look in the mirror one day and notice that your eyelashes will be longer and fuller. Like, noticeably thicker. Okay, on to use number 4, relieving joint pain and inflammation. When you massage warm castor oil onto inflamed joints, ricinoleic acid penetrates deep into the tissue. Because it's anti-inflammatory, it reduces the swelling and irritation that's causing your pain. Simple as that. Here's how to use it. Warm the oil slightly, not hot, just warm, and mix it with a carrier oil like sesame or sweet almond oil. Then massage it into the affected area for 15 to 20 minutes. You can do this daily if needed. All right, now uses 5 and 6 are period problems and immune support. They may seem unrelated, but here's what's awesome. The same castor oil pack that supports your menstrual health also supercharges your immune system. You could say we're healing 2 birds with 1 flannel. If you're dealing with irregular periods, painful cramps, or even amenorrhea, that's when your period just stops showing up, castor oil packs might be your secret weapon. Here's what happens. Ricinoleic acid binds to receptors in smooth muscle tissue, including your uterus, and causes contractions. Research from the Max Planck Institute confirmed this mechanism back in 2012. This is why castor oil has been used traditionally to help bring on delayed periods and ease cramping. When you place a castor oil pack over your lower abdomen in the weeks leading up to your period, it increases circulation, reduces inflammation, and helps support healthy uterine function. With consistent use of castor oil packs combined with addressing root causes like stress, undereating, and hormonal imbalances, women dealing with amenorrhea have reported their cycles were restored. But that's not all that's happening. Research suggests it can also increase T lymphocytes. Those are your white blood cells that act like the special forces of your immune system. They fight viruses, bacteria, fungi, and even cancer cells. Here's how to do a castor oil pack. Soak a piece of cotton flannel in castor oil and place it over your lower abdomen and liver area. That's on the right side of your belly. Cover it with parchment paper, not plastic wrap, because heating plastic, especially near your organs, is a huge no-no. Then, place a heating pad on top. This gets messy, so protect your heating pad and furniture with old towels you don't mind getting oil on. And then relax for 30 to 60 minutes. You can do this 1 to 4 times per week. For period support, use the packs in the weeks before your period starts. Don't use them while you're actively bleeding because the increased circulation can make your flow heavier. For immune support and general detox, you can do this anytime, but give yourself breaks. Do it for a month, then take a week or 2 off. Now here's the crucial part. You absolutely do not want to use castor oil on your abdomen or take it internally if you're pregnant. Those muscle contractions we just talked about, yeah, they can induce labor. Castor oil has actually been used for centuries specifically for that purpose. Technically, we could add that in as a bonus use for it. So pregnant mamas, face and scalp are fine, but the belly, that's a hard pass unless you want to fast track your due date. Before we continue, if you're finding this valuable, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, click that notification bell so you don't miss out on upcoming videos. And if you really want to support this channel and get access to exclusive content, click that join button too. Cool? Cool. All right, on to use number 7, which is hair and scalp health. Now it's time for some real talk. I'm sure you've seen all kinds of claims on the internet saying that castor oil will grow back your hair. But can it really? Here's what we know. A 2022 systematic review analyzed over 1,000 patients and found no strong evidence that castor oil directly stimulates new hair growth from dormant follicles. So if you've got scarred or dead hair follicles, castor oil isn't going to bring them back to life. But, and this is an important but, there is evidence that it improves the health of existing hair. That same review found better evidence for improving shine and preventing breakage. So what's happening? When you already have functioning hair follicles and existing hair, like on your scalp, your eyebrows, or your eyelashes, castor oil creates the conditions for that hair to grow longer and stronger by moisturizing the follicles, reducing inflammation, and preventing breakage. A 2008 study showed that blends with 35% castor oil increased hair length and thickness in rabbits. This is why people see such dramatic results with their eyelashes. Those follicles are already active and producing lashes, but the castor oil helps them grow longer and thicker by keeping them healthy and preventing them from breaking off prematurely. But side note, you can't just blend it with any old oil. You need to blend it with oils that have similar energetic properties, such as argan oil. Here's how to use it for hair. Massage warm castor oil or a castor oil blend into your scalp 30 minutes before shampooing. Do this 2 to 3 times per week max. When you wash it out, apply shampoo to your hair first before adding water to help break down the oil. Then rinse thoroughly and shampoo again. And a word of warning. Using too much castor oil on long hair can cause serious matting, like scissors are your only option kind of matting. Save yourself the emotional scarring. Now, use number 8 is something most people don't know about, and it's eye health. Recent research from 2023 found that pharmaceutical-grade castor oil eye drops can improve dry eye symptoms and support tear stability. The oil reduces tear evaporation and helps with oil gland function in your eyelids. Studies show that castor oil eye drops can even increase the thickness of your tear film's lipid layer, which is what prevents your tears from evaporating too quickly. Supporting your tear film and oil glands in your eyelids isn't just about comfort. When these systems break down, you're at risk for serious problems like eye infections, corneal damage, corneal ulcers, inflammation of the eye surface, and in severe cases, even vision loss. Your tear film is literally your eye's first line of defense against infection and a key factor in crisp, clear vision. Ever notice how your vision gets fuzzy when your eyes are dry? Yeah, that's your tear film breaking down. Now here's something interesting. A 2021 study found that patients who applied castor oil only to their eyelids daily for 4 weeks saw reduced redness, less eyelid thickening, decreased bacteria, and less eyelash crusting. What this means is that you can basically get the same benefits by giving yourself that castor oil facial at night and rolling that oil over your eyelids, and you don't need to go the extra step of putting expensive drops in your eyes. But if you do prefer the eye drops, only use sterile, pharmaceutical-grade eye drops specifically formulated with castor oil. And finally, we come to use number 9, which is lip care. Have you ever wondered why so many lip balms contain castor oil? By this point in the video, you should be connecting the dots, but just in case, let's talk about it. We've already learned that castor oil is deeply moisturizing, anti-inflammatory, and creates a barrier. So it's no surprise that a 2023 study confirmed that it provides a non-greasy coating that prevents chapping and improves hydration. It's one of those if it ain't broke, don't fix it ingredients that cosmetic companies have been using forever because it actually works. Now here's where I need to be real with you. While castor oil has tons of anecdotal support and some solid research, we still need more large-scale human studies for many of its claimed benefits. The hair growth studies are mostly on animals. The lymphatic and immune support has preliminary evidence but still needs more controlled trials. And that's okay. This is exactly what I mean when I say science is in its baby stages. We've got thousands of years of traditional use and clinical observation, and now we're starting to understand the mechanisms. The science doesn't discount the traditional wisdom, it confirms it, but science is slow. Peer-reviewed studies take time and money. Remember, just because something hasn't been proven in a double-blind trial doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means it hasn't been studied properly yet. And let's be honest, there's not a lot of money in researching an organic bottle of oil that nobody can patent. So here's the bottom line. Castor oil isn't a magic cure-all, but it's a legitimate and powerful tool in your natural wellness toolkit. It's safe, affordable, and backed by both ancient wisdom and emerging science. The key is using it consistently and appropriately, not expecting overnight miracles, and giving it time to work. Quick reminder on who should not use castor oil. If you're expecting, avoid internal use and belly application. If you have a serious eye infection, use pharmaceutical drops only, not DIY. And if you're taking any medications, check with your doctor first, since castor oil can affect absorption. Okay. Here's your homework. Try incorporating just one of these castor oil treatments into your routine for 30 days. Then come back and tell me your results in the comments. In the meantime, share this video with someone who you think it could help. And if you want to dive even deeper into natural healing, check out one of these videos right here. Remember, longevity isn't luck, it's a lifestyle. Until next time.